Hello and Happy New Year. My name is Jeremy Haskell and this is your Rhode Island Jobs Report for January 2010, brought to you by JobsInRI.com, how Rhode Island gets to work. As always, we'll be taking a look at the activity on JobsInRI.com over the past month. And as this is the start of a new year, we'll be looking at 2009 as a whole to see what we might expect in 2010. In our first chart, we'll be looking at the number of active companies posting positions on JobsInRI. As you'll note, the number of companies actively posting open positions on JobsInRI.com declined slightly in December. This continues the trend that we remarked on last month, as companies typically scale back hiring efforts towards the end of the year. As we move to the second chart, it is interesting to note that the trend line shows that activity is poised to increase as we move into 2010. This echoes the positive news that we've been hearing about the turnaround in the overall economy. As you'll see in our next graphic, the number of open positions decreased again in December, as we've witnessed over the past 2 years. Looking at the trend line for this data, we see from what has been a very turbulent few years, these drastic drops are typically followed by a strong increase in open positions, echoing the news that we've been hearing about the economy here in the Ocean State. Our fifth graphic shows the number of unique visits to JobsInRI.com over the trailing 2 years. Once again, the number of visitors has declined, as predicted by the notion that as less companies are hiring, less people are seeking jobs as they focus on the holidays. While traffic decreased, that decline mirrored what we witnessed in 2009, reinforcing the idea that there is seasonality to these numbers as opposed to being a direct reflection of the economic conditions. As we do every month, we'll take a look at what types of jobs are being posted and where they are located across the state. In the spirit of the season, you'll notice that the number of nonprofit positions was up sharply in December, surpassed only by sales and marketing positions, which can also be attributed to holiday activity. While this can be seen as an indicator of community needs during this time, it is important to remember that this continues a trend we've seen over the past few years. While healthcare remains consistently strong, it is encouraging to see positions in customer service, social services, and public relations making a strong rebound. Taking a look at the geography over the last 6 months of 2009, we see that while still off from the peak of September, jobs remain consistent in Providence and Washington counties, with a slight increase in Kent County for December. And that wraps up your Rhode Island Jobs Report for January 2010, brought to you by JobsInRI.com. Once again, I'd like to wish you all a Happy New Year. And remember, while we make a living by what we get, we make a life by what we give.